Coal Fusion, Houston. I just moved to a little town in Colorado called Idaho Springs, supposedly where the gold rush started. Tons of old mines around. Ever explore this area? I have not explored too much of the gold region in Colorado. I've done mostly where like sapphires and diamonds are found. So you are. Oops. Boink, boink. So you are here. So that's on the front range. That's part of the front range here. So that's just west of Denver. Let me turn off the roads here. Roads. Terrain. I got terrain. Roads. I want you off. Roads are in the way. Bing. Okay. So Idaho Springs, just here in the front range. Most of what I've done in Colorado has been in these northern regions here on the border with Wyoming and on the Wyoming side, because there's diamonds and sapphires like crazy and rubies in this whole region. So that's mostly where I've done. I've driven through like through Krusty Butt and Canyon City. The BLM office is here, so any work you do up here, you got to go to this BLM office, which is kind of a funny story. This is 2012, like 2011. I go into that BLM office because I'm trying to figure out who owns what claims where. So the LR 2000 site was down, so I'm like, well, we got to go to Colorado. Let's go to Canyon City and go to the BLM office and chit chat. And this young lady's helping me. I'm like, man, she looks a lot like this girl Amy I went to high school with. And we're talking, and she's helping me out and giving me maps and everything. And then she's like, you look like this guy Houston I went to school with. I'm like, oh, you are Amy. Full on. It was Amy Titterington. Oh, what the hell just happened? I did not move that. Yeah, so a BHS person was working at that BLM office in Canyon City. But there's tons of gold. There's lots of gold around Pikes Peak. A lot of silver in some of these areas. When you got something called Leadville, it's because they're mining lead, right? Golden, Colorado, they're mining gold. They really don't have the most creative names when it comes to these places. Yeah. So, but Aspen. What do you think they found there? I bet they found aspens in Aspen. Yeah. Go to Craig, Steamboat Springs. So where I go, Longmont, Loveland, Fort Collins, is up in here, Red Feather Lakes. So Red Feather Lakes, all of these lakes here are kimberlite pipes. Every last single one of them. Not all of them are diamond bearing, but a lot of them are. So we met this weird guy, called himself Sarge. Can't remember what his real name was, but it was at this bar called the Potbelly in Red Feather Lakes. This is the town of Red Feather Lakes, and I think, is that the Potbelly? That might be the Potbelly there. But it's like a local tavern, rednecks, whatever. Met this dude named Sarge. Sarge's like, oh, we know how to find some cool crystals. And he's this like giant diabetic fat guy missing a leg and stuff. And he's like, yeah, we'll just go in the ATVs and we'll go out there and we'll go find some crystals. What do you got? Do you guys have guns? I was like, well, I don't have any guns. He's like, well, we can borrow some of mine. It's dangerous folk out there. I'm like, what are you talking about? So he takes us out in this area up here in the hills. And apparently there's a lot of like, I don't know, people on the run from the law in this particular region. They've like run out into the hills and are just in the national forest, living off the land, avoiding the cops. And there's like booby traps everywhere. And he was very paranoid that we'd run across some like some felons that are out there. We didn't, but we found some neat quartz crystals and stuff. But he was like, yeah, there's like grenades and booby traps and things out here. We didn't find any. But he might have just been paranoid. I don't know. But it's being on the sticks is always weird. There's nothing normal happens when you're on the sticks. So there's something that's normal to them. But you're like, wow, people shouldn't live this way. It seems to be, like civilization's like an hour that way, and you can totally be normal if you want to, and they just seem to be unaware. Killer Ross, happy birthday.